So here's what we need to recall before we do our next two examples. We need to remember that there are two conditions that need to obtain for something to count as a probability distribution. First condition is that all the probabilities have to be between 0 and 1. Okay, so for example, if I had, let's make a real simple one. If I had, an outcomes like this, 1 and 2, and let's say my first probability were 0.8, what would this probability have to be to fulfill the condition? Well, I know it would have to be between 0 and 1, but the second condition is that probabilities have to add up to 1. That's what this means. Sigma means add up the probabilities. So if this one is 0.8, what would have to go right there to give us 1? And the answer is 0.2. So that's the kind of problem that we're going to be looking at right now. Alright, so for example 3 and 4, here they want us to verify that this is a probability distribution. Remember the two conditions, all the probabilities have to be between 0 and 1. And we can look at that and say that's between 0 and 1, and so are each of those three. Second condition is when we add up the probabilities, they have to equal 1. Okay, so if we add these up, I'm just going to try to do this quickly in my head. So this one plus this one is 648. This one plus that one is going to be 936, and this plus 0.064, that would actually add up to 1 exactly. So that counts as a probability distribution. Example 4, same type of question, determine whether these are distributions. So these are all between 0 and 1, that works, and if we add these together, that's going to be 49. When we add that, it's going to be 0.92. When we add that, it's going to be 1.07, and that doesn't work because this has to be equal to 1, not to something greater than 1. So that doesn't work. Number 2. Okay, number 2 says, is it a probability distribution? No, it's not, because that is less than 0. Remember, the other condition is they have to be between 0 and 1. This one is not between 0 and 1, and neither is that one. 5/4 is greater than 1. So number 2 is also not a probability distribution.